Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. We're right outside of New York City in a little city called Farmingdale. And we're here at Well-Strung Guitars, which is this amazing vintage guitar shop run by David Davidson, who's the curator of Songbird's Guitar Museum, which you've seen in guitar tours. We're looking for the Holy Grail Telecaster today. I've been on a mission to find a Telecaster that rivals or even bests Jeff Buckley's that we've covered in an earlier video. Let's go inside, talk to David, and see what we can find. All right, so now we're in Well-Strung Guitars with David Davidson. And who is this lovely lady here?
This is my daughter, Paige Davidson, and Paige has been my business partner for the past year. And when we rebranded from the original We Buy Guitars to Well-Strung Guitars, Paige worked with us out in Songbirds, and she decided that she wanted to devote all her time to this business. So,
well, on that note, maybe we'll get Paige to show me around.
oh, all right.
I mean, you must love guitars, yeah?
I do. I mean, I've been around them my entire life,
Right, like
obviously.
you have no choice, really?
No, it was kind of built into the DNA for me.
Can you show me a couple of little highlights around here? Like
Absolutely. So one of my personal favorites in the store right now is this 1965 Lake Placid Blue Stratocaster. It's virtually unfaded and in pretty near close to perfect
And the color
condition.
is just beautiful.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see it next to, this is actually a 1972 Lake Placid Blue Telecaster that's pretty faded. So being able to see the color next to one another, this is visually closer to, I guess, what an ocean turquoise color. But they are the same color, which is pretty cool. Right here we have a Fender Telecaster that is shown in what is a custom color for a Telecaster, which is Sunburst.
Well, that's a nice segue looking at this Telecaster because it reminds me, I was at this guitar gallery and they had Jeff Buckley's Telecaster. It inspired me to make this video about finding a Holy Grail Telecaster. We could just grab what you think are like the top 3 or 4. Okay. And then I can play them and see if we find that magic.
You can definitely
I
provide
believe
the
it.
magic.
If there's any place that can do it, it's right here. We're at the right place. So. So Paige showed us about 4 or 5 really amazing Telecasters, and we've whittled it down to 2. This is a 1951 Telecaster. It was the first week of them making the Telecaster, and it's basically in mint condition. It's just absolutely pristine. Also, my favorite style of Telecaster, which is blonde, where you can see the wood through it with the black pickguard. Now I'm gonna play it. It's got flat wound strings on it, which are a little warmer sounding. David was actually even saying that these could be the original strings that were on the guitar. And then also the wiring is the way the original Telecaster was wired. So it's a little different with how the tone works. But I'm gonna start with the back pickup right here, the bridge pickup, and just have some fun with it. Go to the middle here, and because this is wired differently, I mean, you can really hear. It sounds so different than that bridge pickup alone there. So on this particular one, the neck pickup has no tone capacitor, so it's a very mellow tone. I think David was saying something about play along with those stand-up basses. So you'll hear, and it's got the flat wounds on it, which are more like a stand-up bass actually. So it's going to be very mellow and warm with, you know, no tone controls. Let's see. Bad note. So one thing that's amazing is when I play a newer Telecaster, I can see that almost, I mean, the way the neck feels the body, I mean, it really hasn't changed that much. Something that really sticks out for me on this one is the bridge pickup is super sweet and it's warmer. You know, I don't know all the particular details of the pickups, but even this bridge pickup, like when I think of a modern Telecaster, I think way twangier, way brighter, where I'm wanting to roll the tone off. And on this one, it's just like perfect. I mean, it just sounds so sweet. Like, I don't think of that as that super bright Tele bridge pickup sound. So that's something that I'm really digging on this. I mean, it could be a little bit with the flat wound strings, could help with that. But even the bright high end string, you know, the high strings. And then the action, I know that they probably had it set up, I would assume, but you know, it's got really great low action, super easy to play. You know, definitely one of the best Teles I've heard and played, so I shouldn't get too attached. You might want to take it away from me. All right, so now we have a 59 Telecaster, and right off the bat, you can notice that it has a rosewood fingerboard. There's actually bird's eye maple on the neck, which David was telling me Leo Fender didn't do that a lot because he felt like if he did it for one person with the fancy wood, then other people would start asking for it, and it would just be crazy. The neck feels just like exactly how I like a neck because I got the sausage finger syndrome. So it feels a little different than the 51 because this is a lot lighter. I prefer the rosewood fingerboard, and most Teles are maple, so that's already kind of unusual for me. All right, so this time I'm gonna start with the neck position here, which I still believe doesn't have a tone capacitor to it, so it's gonna still have that kind of you know, no brightness to it, almost like a bass. All right, so now what I do believe is different is that when we're in the middle position, the tone does now work, which it didn't on the last one. Oh yeah. a new Telecaster, and I like that. I also like the rosewood. I'm just more comfortable with it for just my playing, just because I think I've played more rosewood necks or fretboards in my life. Let's go back to the magic bridge. Take him to the bridge. So that actually, I think, is pretty comparable to the 51 that we played, where it's still a lot warmer than your traditional, like, modern Telecaster. I don't know. This one's pretty darn sweet. Just warm for Telecasters. It's the first thing that comes to my mind. This does not have the flat wound, so you're just going to get more of a traditional guitar tone from it. You know, if I had to pick between these two beautiful guitars, I think I'm going to go with the 51. There's a few reasons. One, just the historical significance of it from that first week of a Telecaster being produced. Another thing about it is there was just something magical when I was playing that. That would be the one. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with either, because I might like this neck more than the other one, but overall, that one just spoke to me a little bit more. All right, I want to thank you guys again, Paige and David. If you guys are in New York, you got to check out Well Strung Guitars. You won't regret it. You may leave with some empty pockets. It's hard to resist. Once again, just an amazing job, and it's always a pleasure to hang with you, David. And so nice to meet your lovely daughter.
Thank
and
you.
Congratulations on what a great job you've done with the shop.
Thank you very much.
See you guys later.